you get through the coldness period?
Okay, did you get
Because
through?
I could take a cup of
Did
coffee,
you
I could keep myself warm through the weekend, I could wear socks, I would cover my neck. Yeah, I got through myself. I got through the weekend.
Bambi,
Warm.
I feel your pain.
What do you mean? You
It's
feel my
vibrating from this side of the table. Anyway, what do you have happening?
Well, today at 8 a.m., two traders, suspected traders, were arrested at Nabugabo. Apparently, they've been arrested for inciting violence. This was based on reports of strikes starting this Monday by traders. Some of the traders, because these are in groups. Last week, I remember on Friday telling you that there was a meeting between security officers, between Casita officials, and some traders, and they agreed to call off the strike.
Yeah.
But today, there are some groups that apparently were sending messages to people, don't open your shops, we are going to strike. And indeed, they burnt tires along the road, and police did apprehend them. According to Luko Wesigire, he says the two were arrested for inciting violence in downtown Kampala, and they have also beefed up security to avoid such incidents from happening.
Brought out tires and started burning them at Nabugabo. The police responded, dispersed the group, and managed to only arrest two. We've decided to investigate allegation of inciting violence and only appeal to the traders downtown to remain very calm and cooperative as we work towards a resolution. In light of these events, our deployments will be maintained in the city center to preempt any potential disruptions to daily activities. Our priority is to ensure the safety and security of all citizens, residents, and businesses within Kampala. Of course, there are those we know have been told not to open according to the messages that are moving around. But if you decide to take it, because we know sometimes people tend to take matters into their own hands, and they tend to attack those that are going against the social media.
Sente zaidi zinarabika. Nae. Some people expected to work today, but they cover you down there, and the weather has also not been okay. You know, the weather alone has been a problem. You know, when the weather is not okay, people don't move to those arcades. Because no one wants to be in the rain.
But a business day is a business day for a trader who has to do retail somewhere.
Exactly, definitely.
They'll have to come and pick up stock, whether it's raining, how shining.
So, exactly why were they striking? What reasons were?
Well, the traders have been on this issue for quite some time. They have been asking to meet with the president to handle some of their issues.
The president of the traders or of the Republic of Uganda?
Yeah. This is Casita Association chairperson, Thaddeus Musoke. Musoke says that the traders have several issues. One is the competition with foreigners who are registered as investors but doing the same kind of trading business. Some of them are registered as manufacturers, but they are doing same business with them, the Chinese and the likes of the Indians and others. Secondly, they do not understand the new system that was introduced by URA called IFRIS. IFRIS is the one that monitors transactions of business. So he's saying that most of these traders are illiterate. So you don't expect them to understand this system very well, and they're not surveyed to ICT. Then thirdly, the traders also are complaining of issues to do with rent. There's also so many issues that they have complained about. So he's saying that they called off the strike temporarily until the 16th of April. Hopefully by that time they'll have met the president. If their issues have not been dealt with, they are going to strike now, full blown.
Again.
If it reaches 16, when the government hasn't solved the problem, we just appeal to the government to handle these matters with the agents. The traders have some concerns. They are complaining about the Chinese opening shops. They are manufacturers. They are competing with the traders. They complain about high taxes. They complain about that system IFRIS. They complain about VAT because even it's confusing. They don't understand the VAT system. Even they complain about, the recovery fund because the government set aside 200 billion for the traders to access, to see that how do we recover and re-energize which were affected by COVID. But there isn't any single trader who has access to that money. So they're asking, who took our money? So there are some challenges which the government, I think that's the mandate, all of them. I don't know why it's taking so long, but we are trying to engage our members. Let's give hope, dialogue, so that at least we give more time to the government.
Who took our money? That's
who
the
took
question.
200 billion. So, but then besides this, Kasita saying that, you know, traders, you are allowed to operate. There are a few individuals who claim to be leaders of some traders associations who are telling people, inciting the public and telling them, please go and strike. So that is where the confusion is coming in, and that's where some people have been arrested in regard to this.
We'll keep you posted. Keep your eyes on our social media platforms. It's Galaxy FM UG on X and Instagram on 100.2 Galaxy FM, our Facebook. Apart from that, what else do we have happening?
Well, the incident that happened yesterday at 1 a.m. in Munyonyo roundabout, where a man used a private pistol to shoot dead one Francis Masembe, 34 years old. Apparently, police, Luke Wesigire, the Kampala Deputy Metropolitan Spokesperson,
this happened yesterday?
Yes.
1 a.m.
1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. around Munyonyo roundabout there.
Yes.
So Francis Masembe was accompanied by his wife's sister, and I think it was also another colleague, other chick, a family friend.
Yes.
They were from out. So along the way, he suddenly stopped after, I think, hearing something unusual, and then he got out, and when he came out, he was confronted by Sally Isaac. Sally Isaac is the owner of a BMW.
Yes.
So Isaac was accusing the three of being robbers. Like, these are nighttime robbers. So you guys are nighttime robbers. This is how you waylay people on the road and steal from them. So in the process, an exchange ensued between the two.
Yes.
Where Sally insulted
Masembe's,
I think Masembe insulted over Sally's wife, something of that sort.
Yes.
So in the process, Sally pulled out his gun.
First, hold on. Who was in the BMW?
Sally.
Sally also had his wife in the car.
Was in the BMW.
With his wife as
so
well.
I'm not so clear on that one. But there was an exchange between the two.
So what we know is there was an insult.
There was an insult on someone's wife. So in the process, Sally pulled out his gun and opened fire. Remember, you know how it is that area at 1 a.m. It's so quiet and calm. So they rushed Masembe to Chirudu Hospital, but unfortunately he died in the process. So police have arrested Sally, and they've collected statements, and they say they are going to produce him in courts of law today, and he will be prosecuted and justice must be served.
Jesus.
During the altercation, the suspect, later identified as Sally Isaac, accused the group of being robbers. Despite attempts to defuse the situation, Mr. Francis was fatally shot in the right side of the ribs. He was rushed to Chirudu Hospital, but sadly succumbed to the injuries upon arrival. The Katwe Police Division swiftly responded to the scene. Sally Isaac used his pistol, which is a private-owned gun, to commit the act. Furthermore, revealed that Mr. Francis was also drunk, because we managed to do a test on him. He had a disagreement. The wife of the deceased, the situation just escalated into a shooting.
When there's a wife somewhere involved there, bueno. Now you might find the wife. I'm just saying.
So Sally apparently attacked the wife of the deceased.
There could be like an issue. Maybe they were at December together. You know the things, eh? You can never know. But
the statements were recorded from the wife, and
they just met at the roundabout, eh?
Yeah, and that's where I'm getting the wife to the deceased, because the police say the sister to the wife was the one moving with Masembe and a family friend. So when they say a wife to a deceased, I'm again confused somehow. But that is how they were moving the sister to the wife.
And Bambi, you might find the deceased that they didn't even want to go out.
Or why he's a habitual outgoer, which is, maybe he's a habitual someone who always goes out to have fun.
Are you someone who always listens to your instincts? Have you ever wanted to go somewhere?
Yeah.
And then when you're going, something tells you, and you stay behind.
Calling, man. Death just calls you.
Don't say it. It's very sad, man. It's very sad. We have 16 minutes.
Yeah, so red eyes is becoming still an issue. Of course, we see more schools coming up to register more cases of kids having red eyes.
Yes.
The prisons has also come out to give its report on red eyes. And according to Uganda Prisons spokesperson, that is Frank Baine, he says that 5,905 inmates
have red eyes.
Have contracted red eyes.
4,000?
No, the number, cumulative number. cumulative, like general overall number is 5,905 who have got the red eyes, who got the red eyes. Of these, 4,704 covered.
Yeah.
But the ones who are actively treating red eyes now are 1,201 cases. But no deaths have been reported, no serious.
Do they actually kill?
It doesn't really kill. So
your eyes are just red and they're itchy.
They are red, they're itchy, they're painful. So you take some eye drops, and after 3 to 4 days, you get better. So he's saying that they're adhering to SOPs. They have not closed the prisons to public invitations, visitations. You can go and visit, but if you have red eyes, they'll not allow you inside. Yeah.
Pam, when you come here with red eyes, I will hug you and comfort you and show you that.
As if you can.
Hey,
do you know how this actually, if anybody here got red eyes, they would have to have a rest of work, because then it's contagious. If you came here and you held something, maybe you touched something or used whatever is around here, and somebody else came and did that and held their eyes, they will get it's contagious. So the reason is for you to avoid it from spreading further, take some rest of work.
Do you remember how we used to sneeze in COVID? How we used to cough here.
So here, if you had COVID, you had to leave for 2 weeks and over.
If we survived COVID as a nation,
red eyes is small. It's manageable, actually.
We'll keep you posted. Well, Ganamauli Siga produces stories that we have happening around you. Pam will be back later on in the day to WhatsApp you. It's the mid-morning.
This is the mid-morning to Kone, 100.2 Galaxy FM. This is Galaxy FM.